Hey guys, this is Gloria. Welcome back to Saturday Morning Crafts. Saturday Morning Crafts is a series that is hosted by Betty and Markisha. I will leave their links as well as all the other ladies that are participating down in the description box. What we like to do for Saturday Morning Crafts is showcase our dies, or in this case, my electronic die cutting machines. As you guys know, I have both the Silhouette Cameo as well as a Cricut Maker, and I love to use both of them. I'm going to share with you guys this Saturday how I used both of my machines or programs to produce the project that I wanted to make. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the Silhouette Design Studio, which is right here on your screen. I'm just going to go up here to the search box and I'm going to type in unicorn, because you guys guessed it, I made a unicorn project. The unicorn image that I used was this one right here. It's by Sweet Elsie. I believe Sweet Elsie is the same Elsie that's here on YouTube. Um, I have to do a little bit more research, but I'm almost certain that that's who that is, but I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. But anyway, this is the unicorn that I used. Design ID number is 178666. This is a regular cut, which means if I ran this through my Silhouette Cameo or through my Cricut Maker, it's going to just cut out all of these parts that you see. And each individual part that's a different color is going to cut out separately. Right here on the design store, you see include SVG format. So if I click that, the price changes. So it goes from 99 cents to $1.49. Now, if you're a member to the design store, that $1.49 probably equals about 14 cents or so, or 15 cents, because you get so much money for every month that you're, for your membership, depending on which membership you have. And I want to say I probably pay about $15 maybe for $150 worth of credit. I believe that's what it is. But you can check into that if you're interested. So this is the image that I used, but I did not use it on my silhouette. And the reason is because of the thicker material that I used. The material that I used was from Hobby Lobby. It was in the art section, and it's called mat board. What mat board is essentially what you would use to mat a picture inside of a frame. It's pretty thick, but the Cricut Maker can cut through it pretty good. My Silhouette Cameo cannot cut through mat board. I wouldn't even try it because I just believe that I may break my machine. It's not built for that, but the Cricut Maker is definitely built for thicker material, so that's why I chose to do that. So let's go over to our Cricut canvas, which is this. This is the Cricut design space. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on this image. I've already uploaded it. If you're wondering how to upload an image, you would just go right over here to the left side. You would click upload and then upload image. You could either browse or you can drag and drop the image. But my image is already uploaded and it's right here. So I'm just going to click on that and click right down here at the bottom. And it's going to put the image on my screen. And it comes in pretty small, but that's okay. Some of the images we don't really need. I'm just going to keep them grouped together for now. And I'm going to delete the things that we don't need. So what I would do first is I would go right over here and I would click ungroup under the layers area right here. Now each part can move separately. So I don't need this part for my project, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete that part. I don't need this part. This is like the little cheek part. I really don't need that part. This is the nose. This is the eye. This is the mouth. I didn't use the mouth part, so I'm just going to delete that. And this is the inside of the ear, so I need that. And then I need the two pieces for the horn, and I don't even need the hair, so I'll go ahead and delete that. So these are the pieces that I'm left with. So what I'm going to do to make this easier for myself is I'm going to go ahead and change the colors of these pieces, because the way that the Cricut Maker cuts, it cuts by color. So this part of the head is going to be white. And so I will just go right over here to the right hand side, click this red circle, and I'm just going to click on the white. And now you see that is all white. The horn part, which is this red part, I will go over here and I'm just going to maybe make that honeysuckle. Or no, we'll make it candy corn. That way it's closer to gold. This is the layer piece on top. You could use this if you want, or you can leave it out. It's up to you. But I would definitely still make that a different color so that it does not cut on the same material as this part of your horn. So I would go over there and change the color and maybe make that jade. So this part right here is the little ear, and we're going to make the inside of the little ear this cactus pink, and then the eye, and now I'm going to hold down the shift button. It's so tiny I can't even get around it, but let's just move these two out the way. And what I'll do is I'll just draw a box around both of those, and I'm going to change the color to the little nose and the eye. We're going to make that black. So then those are the pieces that we need. And so what I normally do is I just kind of bring them all back in close to each other, because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select all. So go right up here to the left side and click select all, and then I'm going to group them. And when you select all and you group them, what you're doing is you're making sure that when you size one piece, you're sizing all of your pieces at the same rate, I guess, so that everything fits together correctly. So I'm just going to go ahead and size that as big as I want. You know, you can make it as big as you want. You can drag it like I'm doing here, or you can go right up here, as long as this lock is right here, because you want to keep the lock proportions on when you're doing this. You can change, I would change the height. You can change the height to as big as you need it to be. It just depends on how big you want it to be. And what I normally do is I take my main piece, which is this one. So I'm going to ungroup this. And I take my main piece and I click on that and I check to see how large is my main piece. Is that how big I want my piece to be? Do I want it to be 9.176 by 6.491, or do I need it to be bigger? If I need it to be bigger, then I select all, group them all together, and then make them bigger until my main piece, which is this one, is as big as my material would go, or, you know, as big as I can cut it. The mat board that I picked up was a pretty big sheet of mat board. I did cut it down to approximately 11.5 by 11.5, I believe, and that worked fine for me. What Cricut suggests that you do is they suggest that you use your knife blade, which I'll share with you guys in a minute. Also, your mat needs to be the strong grip mat. I'll show you guys that. And then you also need to use some masking tape, where you tape down your mat board or whatever heavier material you're using. You're going to tape that down on all four sides onto your mat so that it doesn't shift or move. Now, when I cut out my project, I did cut it out about, I allowed, I think the machine said that it was going to make 8 passes, or maybe 7 passes. I can't remember if it was 7 or 8 passes, but your machine knows how many passes to make. Because this mat board is a little bit thicker, I believe, than the Cricut, what is that stuff called? Chipboard. Your Cricut chipboard, it's going to take a little bit more cuts with your knife blade. So what I did is, I believe I cut it 10 times with my knife blade, and that still was not even 5 minutes. It was very quick to cut it 10 times, okay? And so I cut it, and then it literally just popped out of my off my mat very easily after I cut it. So I will be back, guys, to share with you my end result of my project that I created. Hey guys, so I'm back to share with you guys first off the supplies that I used for my project. I used some of this painter's tape because this was the only masking type tape that I had laying around, so I went on and used that. I also used this mat board. I did share this in a haul video. On one side it's white and on the opposite side it may be colored, but it's a big huge sheet, and it was $1.32 on clearance at Hobby Lobby. I just cut it down to size that I, to the size that I needed. I'm not sure if you guys can see the thickness on that or not, but it is pretty thick, very, very sturdy mat board. And so the other thing that I used was this mat, and this says light grip because I put the wrong plastic back on my mat, but it's actually the strong grip mat, and that's the mat that you need in order to cut your heavier items. The other thing, and most important, you need the knife blade, and I got this off of Google Express. I did do a haul for this one as well, and this is the Cricut knife blade. This is what it looks like. It's a pretty deep blade, and it works really, really good. You can buy refills for this as well, and I believe the refills are about $15 or so, but best to keep the cap on there because it's a very sharp blade, but it does go inside of your Cricut maker. I got it for a great deal on Google Express. If you guys are looking for it, you can check there. So let me share with you guys the project that I completed. I love, love, love the way it came out, and here it is. So what this is a bow holder for a little girl's room or something like that. I did make it for my grandbaby, and so I did cut out the mat board, and I cut out some paper, some of my favorite paper, some glitter paper, and some of this pretty floral paper from Hobby Lobby. I also made this little bow, and the way I made this bow is the scallop part was cut on my Cricut maker, and then the top portion of this, it was also cut on my Cricut maker, but just with that pretty gingham paper, and on the other side is this floral print. I put a little pom-pom in the middle. I thought that was really cute. This is the part that was cut out from my Cricut maker, and it's just black cardstock for the nose as well as the eye. And then I just used a little bit of distress ink on the cheek to make the little cheek. Now the yarn, what the yarn does is it's actually braided, and what you would do is you would put the bows onto this yarn braid, and you would hang your bows on there, and it just holds all your bows. And I saw this idea on Pinterest, and I just thought that it was so cute, and I wanted to try my hand at making it myself, and it was super duper easy to do using my Cricut maker. I'll flip it over and show you guys what it looks like on the back, because I didn't put another sheet of paper or anything like that on the back. I do have a sheet, but I thought I would just leave it the way it is. But all I did was I just hot glued the different color yarns onto the back side of the mat board, and then when you flip it over, it actually just kind of hangs down. I do still have to put a hanger at the top in order for it to hang, but I thought it was super cute, and it can hold all the little bows and stuff that I make for her in the future. So that is about it. This is my Pinterest inspired Saturday morning craft. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down below, and I'll get back with you as soon as I possibly can. Take care, guys. Bye.